So 3 years ago, I helped a couple get their very first manufactured home. The worst part of that whole entire process was the appraisal process, mostly because where they were buying their manufactured home happened to be in an area that doesn't have a lot of manufactured homes and not many that sold in the last year or two. So the appraiser had to go out way out of the area to find comparables that would be used for that specific appraisal. That is all about to change because the administration has just come out with some new regulations that state that for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, that they can use appraisals that actually are comparable to a traditional stick-built homes if they fall in line with the manufactured home in the area. This is a really great thing if you, first of all, have a manufactured home that's on a piece of land you're thinking about refinancing, or if you have a manufactured home that you're thinking about purchasing and you don't have a lot of comparables in the area. And it's also really good if you happen to be buying a piece of land and they're rolling in a brand new manufactured home in that area as well, because now the appraisals will have easier time finding comparables to make it comparable for your loan process. So let's just get into what this actually means and what the administration said in black and white so you can hear it for yourself. It isn't just coming from some random YouTube girl. Okay, so this came straight off the presses. So let me just read this to you. Washington and the Federal Housing Administration today announced the publication of updated appraisal requirements for the valuation of manufactured homes certified under Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac Choice Home programs. This is what it says. Effective immediately, FHA's updated policy for valuation of manufactured homes certified under Freddie Mae and Freddie Mac's programs requires appraisers to use the most appropriate site-built homes comparable sales when they are less than 2 comparable sales in the certified manufactured homes available. Meaning that if there isn't any other manufactured homes in that area that have sold within the last year, they're going to have to use site-built homes for those comparables, which is really good for you. When you have a manufactured home that is considered a cross manufactured home that has modular home components, but it's still considered a manufactured home, they're going to have to use comparables in the area to traditional stick-built homes. Because if you don't know, modular homes are built to exact specifications, if not better than traditional home builds. But this isn't saying anything about HUD certified manufactured homes. They're talking about the ones that are like a cross breed. It's not a true modular home. It's a cross between a manufactured home and a modular home. That makes it this hybrid crossbreed home. And those are the ones they're going to be using for manufactured homes. The thing is, if you have a manufactured home that is just completely certified as a manufactured home, that may not qualify under this new regulation that the government's offering. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I know when you're shopping for a brand new manufactured home, you'll talk to several salespeople and they'll tell you, oh, well, you can pick out any house on the lot and then we can make it a modular home. That may not be the correct information because a lot of manufactured homes are still manufactured homes even after they supposedly made it into a modular. That's when they're saying that's a crossbreed. That's not a true modular home. Whenever you're looking for a modular home, you're going to have to go to a modular home company and talk to them, and then you get to design your home the way you want to. They don't necessarily have like models that you go through and then they can turn them into modular homes. They're actually just built modular. I just want you to be very careful when you're out there looking at some of these homes, but this is going to be something that is a great thing for you if you're looking for an area that you want to put down a manufactured modular home so you can find something that will be able to appraise at the same value as the other homes in the area. This will also benefit you if you're trying to refinance your home in later down the road because it does meet these new qualifications. This will also help with people that are in the appraisal business because they have a hard time finding manufactured homes, especially that meet the same kind of criteria that a brand new manufactured home would, and they don't have any in that area because there's some of the ones that they have are so old they wouldn't even pertain to the one that they're looking at and trying to appraise right now. So all of this is a good news for you if you were thinking about buying an affordable manufactured home. It is one of the most affordable ways to get into real estate. And I know you have a lot of people in your family and friends that tell you this is a terrible way to start in real estate. And I will tell you the exact opposite, whether to buy a manufactured home or not. That's going to be completely up to you. But what makes a manufactured home a good real estate investment for you in your future, if it's something that is a lot less expensive than paying rent, then it's going to be a good financial decision for you. If it's attached to land, it's going to be a good financial decision for you. Let's just say, God forbid, the manufactured home has absolutely no value to it. In 40 years, you're most likely going to have built enough equity in your own life to build your dream house that you've always wanted to do. Not only that, the value of your land will continue to go up. Well, with these new regulations, it could possibly go up as high as a traditional built home. But history has shown currently that that's not the case. With this new regulations, it could be. Now, if you were buying a manufactured home, a brand new one, and you were planning on putting in a park, this doesn't really help you or affect you in any way. And I'm sure in your brain, you're like, how does this not help me? These are great regulations for me. It doesn't help you because it is not attached to a piece of land. Whenever you're putting your manufactured home in a park, you're renting the piece of land underneath it. And you have to pay rent to the people that are owning that piece of land. And that rent can change at any time. Not only that, the type of loan that you have, even though they're calling it a mortgage, it's actually a chattel loan, which is not attached to any specific piece of property. And so that's the reason why this particular policy isn't going to really necessarily help you. If you can afford a piece of land to put a manufactured home on, I strongly suggest that you do. Now, I understand there are benefits to living in a park. You have a sense of community that have all sorts of amenities that you might want. But at any time when you're looking at any of these types of properties and you're thinking about it, the people that own it can change the rent at any time and they can increase it by double. And I'm not making that up. There was just a news story out that they were going to increase it by double. One thing I want to make very clear, if you are thinking about buying a manufactured home in a manufactured home park, you really need to pay attention to how much the HOA dues for that specific area go up, because they can change it at any time. And there is no regulatory protections towards you if you actually rent the piece of land. And you're thinking to yourself, well, I can't afford that. And they don't care. So they could increase it by 10% at the beginning of the year, another 10% in the middle of the year, and another 10% by the end of the year. And that's cutting into your retirement. You just need to be very careful of what kind of manufactured home park that you're looking at. If you look at some of the parks that are owned by like a co-op, where the owners of the park are everybody that lives in the park, you're going to have a much better, more stable rent that you can count on over the years. When it goes up, it's not going to go up by double. As you know, corporate investors have really bid into the real estate market, and one of their favorite cash cows is manufactured home parks or mobile home parks. And they know that they can increase those rents as much as they want and kick out as many residents as they want for numerous reasons, whether that be to take out all the manufactured homes and plow them out and start building condos, or they want to go ahead and keep the manufactured home that's in the park itself because they know it's too expensive for the person that lives there to move it on their own, or they plan on kicking everybody out just to sell that piece of land as developed land for the next investor to come through. They know what they're doing. They know that they're making a lot of money from it, and they're going to continue to do that. So just be very careful when you're looking at manufactured homes and manufactured home parks if you're thinking about doing something like this. Your best bet is going to be a co-op or a cooperative type of community for you to go ahead and put your manufactured home in. Now, I already can hear it. I already know that some of you are really thinking about buying a manufactured home, and you're thinking about the fact that several of your family members are probably going to poo-poo on the idea, telling you it's terrible. And I would just say this. I have never lived in a real estate market like I do today. Historically, if interest rates were super high, then the prices of homes would come down. It was like a seesaw effect. You could pretty much count on it. And we have reached a point right now that to buy a house, a traditional home, is now a luxury. That's what you need to explain to your friends and family, that it's now cost about over $400,000 to buy the average home in the United States. And even at a 3% interest rate, most Americans can't afford a $400,000 house. But you can afford a manufactured home, which runs around $100 per square foot in some areas, and even less than that in other areas. It can go as low as $75 per square foot. And that's going to be a heck of a lot cheaper than renting. And as you know, rents still haven't come down in most areas across the United States either. You have to weigh out these options for your family and friends and show them exactly what a manufactured home looks like today, because it's probably not what they have imagined in their brains from what they've seen from years ago. It's not the same kind of house. Not only that, they're safe, they're affordable, and it gives you a foot in the door. You can down the road sell that piece of property. Now, would you have made as much money as you would have if you had a traditional home on there? Maybe, maybe not. But with the new rules, it could be possible that you actually sell it for the same amount of money as the person who bought a house that was on a slab and it was considered a traditional stick-built home. Now, I'll tell you another thing too that I just came across, and I think all of us need to have a little conversation. I just came across this TikTok and I happened to follow this girl. She bought an older manufactured home, has fixed it up for her family, and she has saved enough money that she was able to buy Christmas presents for her family before even the Christmas season has started. And she happened to show her haul. And in the comment section, everybody was trashing her, not because she bought her kids Christmas presents ahead of time, because she could have bought less Christmas presents ahead of time and lived in a nicer house. We as Americans need to stop doing this where we insult people on where we live. We have gotten to the point right now that buying a home is a luxury, and we no longer need to be crapping on anybody in an affordable place to live. The most controversial comment that I came out of my mouth over a live stream, which I never in a million years thought would be controversial, which is everybody deserves an affordable place to live. I didn't think that was that controversial, but apparently it really fired up a lot of people because they feel like not everybody deserves a home. Maybe I'm wrong in this. Let me know in the comments section below because I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. To watch more videos about what's going on with manufactured homes and some manufactured home education, go ahead and watch these videos right here. My name is Kristina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer, and I tell you all this because good real estate information matters.